Finally, let us look at a BI tool that is important, that is Python. And notice that Python is accessible in most of the web-based computing services, such as Google Cloud Platform. Then we have Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure. Python is accessible in all these services, but I would like us to focus on Google Colab, which gives us access to Jupyter notebooks. And let's try. You just have to search Google Colab and then open the homepage and then click open a new notebook. There we go. We are directed to a new notebook where we can access all these. Notice in my case, I have several of these, and we can work with the examples provided. Let's say we want a new Jupyter notebook. Give it a moment, and it should create a new Jupyter notebook that is hosted on Google Drive. Let's rename this to sample. And there we go. You can see that this is very similar to what we worked on. However, it is important to note now that this is based on cloud, and we should always have the files that we need on cloud to work on them. In this case, let me show you how to upload this. We have the sample data, and these are the sample data provided by Google. We can always add data into this by clicking on upload. And in this case, I would like to upload specific all files. That is, let's look at these. And in this case, we have the big match, and give it a moment. You can see now it's the uploading, and we have at least 8 GB available. In this case, we have our data. We can rename this. Let's call it big match. Since this is a web-based service, we don't need to install anything, or we just need to upload the data and now start running. We have this. We can create functions and variables. We can add this. We can add more information to this. And let's now import SPD. And you can see we have autocomplete. Let's run this. Notice that we have not installed pandas, and it runs perfectly. Let's go to the second, and let's have the data imported as DF, that is, and we want to read that is CSV. You want to read a CSV file, and the CSV file is here, is big match. Let's have that big match.csv, and let's run this. It ran perfectly because we already have the data and uploaded into this. Then based on this, we can have df.info to see if it works for real. Let's see. There we go. We have the information about the data set. We can add a T there, and it should run perfectly. Then let's try df.describe. That is .describe. I'm trying to see if we can get the autocomplete in this case, and it works perfectly. There we go. This is the description of the data we uploaded. That's it for that is Google Colab. Notice that we had several samples. Let's work with the sample. And under this, we have simple illustration of how we can use it. Notice that we are creating an array here, and we run that. This is based on Google Colab documentation. Then we have this. We can add different variables, and there we go. The answer is at the bottom. That is 64,800. Then this is applicable more in data science, and in this case, we have an illustration of how Google Colab can be used to create charts. And we are first importing NumPy, then matplotlib, and then creating a data set, then plotting this data set into a line chart. There we go. We have a nice line chart as illustrated here. It is also applicable in machine learning, and we have more information about this at the bottom. That's basically it. And Google Colab is very important in cases where we don't want to install Python Jupyter notebooks, and we also can work on this using different devices without any fear or interruption because of lack of the correct computing power.